Welcome back, everyone, to more Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. We're at a particularly fancy boss fight, so this should be fun. Of course, I'm assuming that I'll be able to beat the boss, and I won't need to cry for my boyfriend for help. But of course, he would help me.
I guess I would.
This is a very flashy boss, and I do like it, even though it is difficult.
You were fighting a boss you were having trouble with, and the whole time I was just thinking, man, it'd be so easy if you had a spear. You could just poke and block. Because they didn't take a lot of stamina. This guy hits through your shield a little bit, so it's kind of like, for this boss, I would switch to a weapon like you have.
Yeah.
With my melee character. I have a character myself that has a spear and shield, the same shield.
Yeah. Like the thing, they're a little bit chaotic, so they very will quickly move around you or start hitting you on your side, which doesn't count for blocking. But yeah, also when she gets the flaming swords, it'll go through the block and still do little ticks of damage.
Where's the bonfire? Is the bonfire close?
Yeah.
Why don't you just swap out your Ash of War on your shield?
Well, I'm not using the Ash of Wars on my shield.
So swap it out.
What do you have in mind?
Do no skill, and then magic. What's the magic block look like? 96, and you're dropping 5% of physical, but you're dying from that big magic explosion, right? The moon is magic, I assume. Not in real life, but in the game the moon is magic.
But I don't think that's hitting the shield. I think it's hitting your underside or something.
Is it? Are you sure?
Because I think you have to jump in order to get away from it.
Are you sure? Because I don't know that you're not blocking it and just getting blasted through the shield.
No.
Oh, you got bumped up.
Because you're getting shot into the air.
Okay.
So I don't think you can block
There is that arena spanning swing, but then also she's got two swords, one is fire. So when they're doing combos in phase 2, it's going to be doing
she's
more.
doing some sort of mesmer's flame or some shit.
Yeah, so if you're using the shield to block the regular hits, it does like spread out your resistances, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. Let me get the YouTube chat.
YouTube. It's okay, I got the Needle Knight. Needle Knight Letta. And she is super cool. Letta got my back. Hey, love to draw? Welcome to chat. Stargazing or strategizing nerds. But we're also stargazing. Alright. So, I'm gonna start off by doing the same exact thing that I have been doing, only this time I'm slightly more awake. So maybe it'll just work this time, You never know. This seems like a random enough a boss to just you get it by just getting lucky by the boss not using certain moves at some point and then you just winning. Seems like that type of boss, So, I'm going to go in with that kind of energy.
I got super distracted / excited for a second. Twitter was recent notifications from the people you follow, and it was Neutron Boar was in the run-up to my my signing at this place or whatever. And I was like, what? You're gonna reveal your face? You anonymous boar? You? But no, he's not. It was a repost from someone else. Would be crazy. Alright. My stream title on Rumble, by the way, is Absolute Perfection. There has never been a greater stream title.
Why don't you tell chat what you called the stream
It's just
title?
like- well, if you're on Rumble, you would know. If you're cool. No, it's, I just wrote God versus anime with a bunch of emojis, and I put a picture of Jesus. Like the jacked Jesus destroying the, like breaking off of the cross.
It's pretty good.
Because, I was halfway through writing, like, Deus vaulting the DLC again, but then I was like, that's not very exciting. And this is a fairly anime boss.
I would say.
The player should be able to have, like, cool moves like this. Oh, wow, you nuked their health.
Yeah. I hope she doesn't pull out a moon. I was getting in a pattern where I was like, oh, I can just like move around all these moves. And I was like, maybe I can just wild swings around all these moves.
Hell yeah.
Hey, it's not the worst strat.
Using the force.
But of course, you know, if I was playing it safer, I would probably just go for the light attacks as I was moving around her.
Hey, Gabe.
Heyo!
Welcome in.
Come on. Hey,
We're both still a little icky-sicky, but...
just a little bit. Just a little bit. But it's okay. We can stream. We have the energy.
I should probably take Claritin, though.
Yeah.
See if I can get away with breathing.
Yeah, those rings really obscure my vision. It's the only thing Letta does wrong, is those super bright rings. Damn. There we go.
Oh, you know... You could probably be casting a spell before you enter the fight. Damn, maybe the magic shield would have been the thing. Ugh.
Hang in there, Letta. Oh, didn't hang in there. Oh my god, that was one
You know,
hit.
I'll admit, seeing this boss does make me kind of want to get the DLC.
You sure?
Yeah, never mind.
Hey,
Yeah.
our honeydew.
I think that the real fun of an RPG is like leveling up and like exploring the new world and stuff. But like it feels a lot of times like when FromSoft makes a world, they want you to be miserable in it. Whether that's from like random like ambushes that kill you or like
There's a certain bit of pessimism mixed in
yeah,
there.
the like pessimism to the lore that they have. Or the annoying runbacks. And to their credit, this DLC seems to be completely absent of annoying runbacks. I haven't seen one.
Yeah, that's
annoying
true.
one
They're, all of the bonfires have been right next to the boss rooms. Or you get a Steak of America, which is very generous. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And it makes the challenge more real, because a lot of times you're so, like, annoyed or, like, out of it from dying that, like, makes it harder. Kind of stretches out the time it takes. But then you have other games where, like, you reload super fast, like Ghostwire Tokyo or whatever it is. You can, like, the reload is so quick, you end up dying like a million bazillion times, but it doesn't feel as bad. Same thing with, like, Hotline Miami. Like, you're so hot, like, you're so, like, in practice, like, you're so... that it, like, changes the difficulty a little bit when you've, like, died super fast and respawned, and, like, you're like, I don't know, ready to, like, fly right back into it.
Letta, what the fuck? You weren't doing anything. You're just letting this fucking bitch slam on me.
Did look cool though.
Yeah. Did look cool.
When has there been a bright Soulsborne from Soft? Should have seen it coming. Yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm surprised, but I'm still going to critique it because it's bad. They've been making narratively poor games since they started, and I think largely just comes out of, like, writing insecurity that a lot of people grow out of, and, like,
when is Happy Souls coming?
people usually figure out a way to not do that. I mean, some people just don't. Like, some people just, like, pathologically can't write, like, happy stuff. Like George R. R. Martin or something. But it's kind of a weakness, I would say. Even if it were delusional to be happy, which it's not, you're just disadvantaged by thinking that it's not real to be happy, or, like, happy story is bad or something.
Oh, really? Fucking turned right the fuck around.
And there's something, like, interesting about the occasional, like, melancholic part of a story, but contrast is what makes stuff. Damn. You know, ironically, that last hit, if you had stopped blocking and strafed, you might have sidewalked.
I was strafing.
No, but if you had...
No, I know
Yeah,
that
'cause you
you
walk
when
a
you
little-
strafe, it doesn't hit you. I've done that before.
No,
I
saying-
was strafing.
I'm saying you walk slightly faster without the shield, like, blocking.
Yeah, but she's also turning while she does it, so it's just one of those weird timing things.
Yeah. Might just be my own writing bias, but I feel like contrast is really good to make elements really work. So if you're going to have, like, a melancholic part of a story, you should be getting something out of it, other than just being melancholic for melancholy's sake. Kind of the same way where people will, like, Disney movies will use a happy beginning to set up a tragic beginning. Like, it's like, it's a big trope. Like, I remember my mom, I remember I was explaining something to my mom. I think it was a real thing. It was, like, a real, like, family that I met, and they were, like, really happy and stuff. And then my mom was, like, half listening, and she was like, "Oh, what is this? Oh, it sounds like they're all gonna get killed, like the beginning of a Disney movie." And it's like, man, that's like a It's like a mental illness. Just assume that, like, some happy family that just exists is going to all be slaughtered because you haven't seen it happen in Hollywood yet. But no, happy people do just kind of hang out and be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna have a really melancholic section, I mean, there's obviously so much you can get out of it because they set up a romance in Elden Ring of, like, Ronnie or whatever. And it's, like, the most piss-poor, pathetic romance anyone's ever seen. It's, like, a complete fucking garbo. She's, like, blue, barely talks to you. You only really understand it's supposed to be a wedding or marriage thing, and when you fucking put the ring on her, like, it's so obtuse. And still people are like, oh my god, Ronnie is my waifu. And it's like, clearly if you use the melancholy you've set up, you could use it as contrast to really sell something super happy. Because they, people are so desperate for it that people were super pumped about the, oh fuck, it's the twin moons! Oh my god. You did it. Hopscotch the shit out of this bitch. Gosh, all the swords missed. She's fucking whiffing? She sucks? She's washed? God, whiff city over here. Oh, okay. That's fine.
I need more stam.
Oh my god, we got this? That was a cool pattern.
I was just constantly running out of stamina.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's
just
your
one
choice.
of those things because there's so many attacks that are just constantly hitting
I mean,
you.
again, that's your choice. I refuse to accept the nerf to the fingerprint shield, so I have infinite stamina when I'm blocking. Yeah. Because like they put out some sort of stupid nerf where they took away your stamina. Like you can't get 100% stamina when blocking because people in PvP cried about it. Fucking shields suck anyway. You get hit on the head by like the fire giant. You get hit in the legs. It's like blocking is so inconsistent, and they're gonna like take it away.
They could put on turtle. It's probably a good idea. Where's my turd? Turtle. She's so floaty, it makes it, like, difficult to really get her down. Had to do it. Frostbite didn't tick. It had to be done.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, what if after this lady, right? Then there's the real boss.
She dies, and
Rolana,
then like another.
No,
boss
like
shows up.
you know how she's the Knight of the Twin Moon, right? Then you have to fight Rolana, the Twin Moon, right? Or
yeah, there you go.
Relnan Nana or whatever the not.
Lorena.
I can't even like remember the real boss's name. What the fuck?
Rilana.
No, the one in the base game.
Renala?
Yeah. Oh my god, they just took the. Yeah.
Yes, it's awful. I
Rolena,
don't like it.
the next boss. Because like imagine this chick is just the Moongrim for some like crazy caster lady, and every time you fight the boss, this is the run back. So you have to beat her again.
Not even a boss, it's just like
And they make
an
you
enemy.
walk. They make you walk like a distance to get to the next place. It's not even like in the boss room. Not even phase 2. So, damn.
I thought it didn't hit me, but it did hit me.
I thought it didn't hit you, and I looked at your health bar and I was like, oh, it did hit her. And then I was like,
It
oh
didn't
no,
look
it
like
hit her.
it hit me, yeah. Hang on, I gotta go to the bathroom
Okay.
and chill out with chat.
Hello, chat. Sorry, my sinuses decided to just clog up completely right this second. So my next video is done. I'm just waiting on the upload now, and then at the end of the stream we can watch it all together. If you guys would like. I thought it came out pretty okay. I guess you guys could all watch it on your own. Whatever. Post it in the Discord or whatever when it's done. It's a story of these two people that I met, which were they were judged very differently. Like one of them was a hideous mutant, and people gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then the other guy was very handsome and like confident, and everyone hated him from the outset and like assumed he was evil. And I think it's a lot to do with this like storytelling trope of like, oh, inner beauty and whatever. Like, I don't know. I feel like the in real life I haven't seen that trope come true. I mostly encounter the exact opposite. And there's like more research I see to say that the opposite is much more often true. A lot of like hideous mutants have like a chip on their shoulder from it. And they take it out on people. But super goddamn funny, I thought. A lot of my interactions with the
You have the best stories.
I guess I left out a few stories. I could tell bonus stories
Yeah, just for
after
chat.
the video if you guys want. It's the ones I was thinking about telling it, but I was like, it's so gross.
It is pretty gross.
But it's funny in context, knowing all this other stuff. But it's such a lead up to understand it, and I was like, oh man, I've been recording for a long time. So the video ends up being like 18 minutes. If I told that story, it would have been another like 7 minutes or something. It would have been like, it's such an ordeal.
Alright. Is this one the one? Let's find out.
Back to the shadow of the Erdtree, yeah. Welcome to chat, Gil. Ugh. It's so funny, like, there was so many people once upon a time that, like, that take, like, YouTube, like, what do you call them, like, sword tubers or something? Like, the medieval history tubers as, like, super,
Oh, come on.
That does a shit ton if you don't block it, my god. your shield is blocking a ton.
Like, I just started healing.
Yeah, so anyway, people take their opinion as, like, law, and I remember for the longest time they were like, dual wielding's not real, and I was like, yeah, I don't care, it's still cool. But then I saw someone demonstrate dual wielding, like, in person, and I was like, oh, this is fucking impossible to stop. Because it's just, like, it's the same thing as, like, attacking with a shield and sword. It's like, you think it because in games you have to block and then attack.
Right.
And it's like, oh, if you attack while you're blocking, it takes lots of stamina. And it's like, actually, it's a lot easier to do both at the same time. Like, it takes no energy, super broken, blocking and attacking at the same time. Like, using the shield to push the sword while you stab.
That always messes me up every single time.
Super busted, completely unbalanced. Reality is unfair. But then it's the same thing with dual wielding, and granted, a shield is definitely better, but it's also scary because if someone's blocking, so you block with you don't attack with both weapons, you block with one and attack with the other at the same time, like in synchronicity. And so when I was like the practice dummy, right, I was like, it was like, okay, so like,
Oh my god. My lock-on just was not turning me fast enough to keep up with her.
Yeah, so the instructor was like, all right, do like an Oberhau or whatever, so like from the top, like vertical attack, and then he like blocks it with one sword and like, he just like positions the swords how they would be to like kill me, and I was like, oh fuck, that would. that seems so much harder to deal with, because then it's also like the sword he's blocking you with, it's also sharp, right? Like he can still cut you with it.
Right.
And there's this whole thing of like winding and binding where like you have this like wrestling with the sword where you're trying to like wiggle it into position to cut someone. And it's like, I have to worry about that with one of your arms and then you can stab me with the other one. And like, granted, you could just back out of it. Like you could probably get out of it. Like it's not like a total loss, but it just seems so difficult to deal with if you have no experience with it. Like the very first time I saw it, I was like, oh man, if I was some random like guard and I came across like Fiore de Liberi in like Renaissance Italy, I'd be totally fucked. That seemed like just doing it at slow speed to show how it's supposed to look. I was like, oh man, that's still too fast. I'd be totally wrecked. But then how this person is fighting, they're using terror. Like you would never use the swords like this. She's like swinging with one sword then the other one, and it looks kind of cool, but It's the other thing with like video game like animations and stuff. They're so not interactive with what you're doing. Like they're just like doing their own dance like at you, and then you've got to like dodge it and whatever. But it's so aggressive. I mean, this sounds stupid, but it's so aggressive when someone is like blocking your sword and then killing you. Like.
If only I could see which direction she was facing.
It's like when someone
I'm helping.
No, I was gonna say, it's like when someone in a conversation knows where you were going with something, or like they're like, oh, you saw this YouTube video about that, or like, oh, you read this book or whatever. Like they like see your point before you make it. It's like, oh wow, I've like touche or whatever. But when someone literally touches you, like someone literally blocks your sword stroke and like gets it at your neck, it's like, oh, this feels like you really saw what I was doing there, like way worse than a conversation. But like these bosses, it's so like not, it's like so not threatening because they're just like, You know, to be fair, Dark Souls lore really does AI perfectly, because they're all just, like, people with dementia who are, like, growing more retarded the more times they respawn. Like, they like, don't... They're just doing these wild swings at, like, whatever, because they remember doing it in life, is the explanation.
Right.
So they're all kind of automatons. So it makes sense. But there's something so non-threatening about just, like, being so aware that it's an AI, where, like, in a game like Fear, if you guys have ever played that, they really hack it up to try and pretend like the AI in Fear is really smart, and it feels really smart.
What else did busted having a gun than dual wielding? What?
What the fuck even happened? I swear, sometimes her sword doesn't even hit me, but for some reason I just take damage.
What else did busted having a gun than dual wielding?
I'm assuming it's not, like, chronological then?
Like, you're thinking, like...
Yeah.
If you were in medieval times, think they would recognize a gun as a miniature cannon? No. They would know it's a weapon. Like, guns look inherently dangerous, you know, and if you stowed it like a weapon, you pulled it out like a weapon, they'd know it's a weapon. They'd probably know it's a ranged weapon too. They'd probably assume it's some kind of crossbow, which it is, basically, you know. It's a weapon that stays loaded when you put it away and take it out. Armor was so effective back then, though. I don't think they would expect that it would be as dangerous as it is.
Yeah.
But I also don't really think... I don't really think your average...
Does it really take that long to drink something?
I think, like, medieval Europe, you'd be in, like... You wouldn't be in that much of an advantage having a gun. But you also wouldn't be, like, that much danger. Like, no one would really try to steal it from you. Not no one, but they wouldn't try to steal it from you until they realized exactly how strong it was. Other areas of the world, you'd probably do much better, but I don't think, like... I think you use a gun to kill, like, one guy in, like, a mercenary regiment, and they're going to get that gun from you. You know, they're going to try. They're going to assume that they can. And they're going to assume that you're going to run out of ammo pretty quick. I don't think it would seem like magic to them. They would just be like, that's a crazy bow and arrow. Or like, that's a crazy little machine. Someone would pay a lot of money to take that apart. And they'd be right. And I think it wouldn't take them very long at all to make their own gun. Just knowing that it is possible is...
Oh, you motherfucker! God damn it, Letta!
Yeah, she really fucked that up, didn't she? That would have been their whole health bar. Maybe we should fire her. She doesn't act like someone that's worth 20% of the boss's health.
Be better with the shield, bros.
Hmm.
She went the wrong way. What?
Oops, I meant, you know what else is busted? Having a gun, then dual wielding. Okay. Like dual wielding guns. Okay. Problem is, dual wielding guns isn't like as effective. I mean, people always make these arguments on these like videos, but I'm watching them for like information for like fantasy novels and like sci-fi. So they always come across so stupid because they're like, oh, you don't need a caliber that big, and it's like, bro, I'm gonna be writing about hunting a werewolf. Shut the fuck up and tell me how much damage it does. It's like, you know, people make these or when someone's like, dual wielding, you can't really aim, and it's like, yeah, but what about my time travel story about going back to the Crusades dual wielding Glocks? Like, what do you mean can't really aim? It's a massed army in front of you.
You just had to drop out a disc.
Destructo disc over there. Krillin fucking it up for everybody.
Just can't see anything.
So apparently Fantastic Four is going to be set up on a different Earth from the MCU. Alright, here's the thing about the Fantastic Four. It's canon that Sue Storm cucked Reed Richards with Namor the Submariner, the fucking dude with eyebrows all the way to his hairline. Why does anyone care what Marvel does with the Fantastic Four now? They're obviously retarded.
They fucked Alucard until he was gay.
Did they fuck him? That's not the same company. I mean,
No.
they as in
But,
like woke people in general. But like,
yeah.
who gives a shit what what Marvel is doing with the Fantastic Four? You don't have a tremendous love for a character if you have his wife get fucked by the Submariner. What? The fucking Namor? The most ridiculous looking character anyone's ever seen? What?
What? Oh, come on. Why didn't the button work?
And then they managed to... They put him in some live-action movie. When I was looking up a picture of Namor the other day, there's some live-action movie that has Namor in it, and he's like this Mexican kid with like no muscle mass, and his blood is like replaced with soy. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just complete like soy milk running through this guy's veins. It's like the most pathetic. So fucking whatever. Shitting on all their characters.
What? How'd I get knocked down? She wasn't even hitting me, but she knocked me down? Fuck out of here with that nonsense.
That's the perfect damage burn down right there.
Not perfect yet.
Uh,
Damn it. But, you should have backed away. She would have flew over to you instead of flying around and hitting me.
Hey, Red Wolf Corp. Welcome in. You're a big roller coaster guy, right? What do you think about the Nintendo World they're doing in like Japan, or they did in Japan, and they're doing in Florida?
Yeah, they did it in California too.
Yeah.
California Universal.
But to get to California, you have to spend a shit ton of money and then walk through human poo-poo.
You're right, California doesn't exist.
Like, I was just thinking, like, there's all these like leftists on like Reddit or whatever that are like harassing people online. But like, if you really wanted to get back at them, you wouldn't have to dox them. You could just like figure out where they live and pay a homeless guy like $5 a week to shit on their lawn. Like genuinely, if you have like disposable income of like $20 a month, you know, can't be that expensive. You could have a homeless guy just like have horrible diarrhea all over their front steps, like, you know, like almost every day, probably. Like, it can't cost that much to pay a homeless guy to just shit all over someone's steps. And it's not a crime. So, what are they going to do?
I hate that disc so much, my god. She like turns around so much. I need to know what side she's facing. Oh, I got the bleed. Nice.
You could buy like a trans pride pin too, and give that
transformed early
to the homeless guy.
Oh, not with the fire. No, not me. Not me.
Oh,
somebody else.
So you can roll it. I want to see someone replace all enemies with this bitch, because this looks insane. With just phase 2. Like, I want to see someone get through the world with all their enemies replaced with phase 2 of this
This is pretty
chick.
insane, I gotta say.
I want someone to make a mod to do it too, because a lot of these streamers are like, I replaced all the enemies with, Radagon. Oh, there's, oh, but I scaled them. Oh, you couldn't do it. Oh, it's like, yeah, but you made.
He's hard.
You should make the video title not replacing all the enemies with Radagon. You should make the video title, I'm a massive pussy. Please watch my video. This is the best I could do. It's like, do the challenge, pussy. Don't make the video title something you didn't do because you suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Make the video title modified for my skill level. All enemies replaced with Radagon. Like,
fucking got him. Didn't I have poison grease?
yes.
Oh, this is I
am 100%
Oh my
positive
God.
you have poison grease. I clicked the button to give you all items.
I can't use it.
Yeah, because you have frost on there. I think if you change it to blood, you can.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so you can't put a grease on when you have an elemental infusion, but I think blood doesn't count. Unless it does in Elden Ring. I'm not sure. Hey, David Myers. Monsters Unchained looks like it could be your favorite ride ever. Oh, really?
Dark Universe.
Isle of Berk looks cool. Oh, does it? Interesting.
Yeah. Let it
Okay.
just over there watching. Watching very passionately over there, Letta. Very good.
It's a Dark Universe. What is Dark Universe?
That's part of Epic Universe
Okay.
for Universal.
Making like a spooky
Yeah,
horror
they're
place?
making like the Dragon's Land, right, with the Isle of Berk, and
Okay.
then they're making the Super Nintendo, and then they're making Dark Universe with all the monsters.
And they are getting rid of Poseidon's Fury?
Yeah, they're getting rid of that.
That's like really honestly a tragedy, because that was
That is a tragedy.
that's like one of the coolest attractions I've ever seen.
I don't know what they're gonna replace it with.
Nothing is gonna compare. I think like the tour guide was like total garbage, right? But
That's to be expected.
that like video thing that they did was
It was amazing.
it was super great. I think they should copy that spirit of it, and like the decoration where they like built the set and stuff, very cool.
Oh yeah, it had a lot of heart behind it, for sure.
Like that sort of like 80s fantasy vibe is fucking cool. I was frustrated when I was younger because people treated that as though that was like kind of definitively what fantasy should be, and I no longer threatened by that. I find an immense fondness for it, like as like a separate genre, because it's like cheesy and stuff. in one way, but in the other way, because it's like har har supposed to be cheesy, they can just unabashedly.
How is she fucking hitting me when her sword doesn't touch me? I'm getting upsetty.
Yeah, because it's kind of supposed to be cheesy or whatever, they can kind of unabashedly be like moral and like shout about goodness and stuff, and I find that kind of cool. So there is water underneath you that they're setting on fire. Peculiar.
You said cool guys.
Stardust Racers. Please tell me that that's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure knockoff of. How's this the stream quality, guys? Are we dropping frames on YouTube?
It says excellent connection.
Water. Yeah, I know, right? It barely looks like water. It almost... I thought it was like maybe smoke or something. Like thick smoke. The season finale of Kaiju number 8 dropped and it felt kind of fizzly, considering he now has to work to spend the rest of the comic fighting Kaiju number 9.
I don't know what you mean by fizzly.
Yeah, we just watched 11, so we'll probably watch 12 tomorrow. Enjoying the fucking subtitled version way more.
Yeah, without all the dub bullshit.
The main character sounds so disingenuous, like every scene in the dub. It's like not everyone can be Golden Boy, unfortunately. That guy.
So, how do you like my swimming?
That was so funny. There was this video. Has everyone seen Golden Boy? It's this like.
Well, Golden Boy isn't for everybody.
It's
especially for you teenagers out there.
Yeah,
But you know.
It's a very horny anime, but it's really funny. It's like, it's super well animated, and like, it's really funny. It's worth like watching with friends.
Oh, yeah.
Ironically, not nearly as horny as Keijo. I mean, or Keijo is not nearly as horny as Golden Boy.
Oh no, not at all. Keijo is genuinely a comedy, above all else.
The swimming thing was so funny. Someone juxtaposed a scene from this anime Golden Boy when they were talking about that swimmer guy who like he transitioned or said he was trans so he could win at swimming, and they there's this scene in the anime where the guy is like he's swimming and he's like completely like
he's like terrible at it.
The girl's like, I'll sleep with you if you can like show me, or no, I don't know. It was like, you can have a job here if you whatever, and he's trying to get the job to flirt with the girl or something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all right, show me what you got. And then he starts like swimming with like 100% confidence, and he goes, and he's like struggling to. Nice. He's like struggling to get across the pool. It looks like he's like drowning more than swimming.
Right.
And then he gets to the other side, and they draw his face in a totally different style, where it's like super like super serious style, like almost like JoJo looking. And he goes, so how do you like my swimming?
Oh my god. That did so much. Oh, I didn't finish healing.
You finished healing. Oh. You dead to rights. You got this, chick. You got this. Of course, you've seen it.
I don't know.
Sinner.
Should I switch out like the frost for poison or something? What do I got?
Ugh.
Should I like try to ticker instead of going for the big percentage things?
It was supposed to be Starfall Racers, but some firm complained about the name. What? Video skips at times. Okay, because I'm looking at the Rumble stream and it's like
I'll give this a shot.
super chunked.
Just for the heck of it.
David Myers is like, oh, you finished healing, all right. You got the heal off, by the way. They just did the exact same damage.
Aw, that is so bullshit.
Well, it wasn't the exact same. Your health went up a little bit in the net between the two, but it was just like... You ever just block something by drinking? like you're just like, they're gonna hit me, I'll probably won't get knocked down, so I'll just drink twice, kind of thing. And that's basically what just happened to you, you drank once.
Yeah, see? Because she turns around so often that, like, it really does matter if I can't see what direction that she's facing. Alright, she's poisoned. At least she's not immune to poison or some shit. Second phase. Ugh. Yep, didn't even get a chance to get it. Wonderful.
Well, I was slightly worried that my printer was going to run out of filament before it finished printing this. It didn't, but I think possibly a more catastrophic situation has unfolded. The filament, it's like mostly into the Bowden tube, but so there's nothing out for me to grab onto if I want to unload it, you know? So if I tell it to unload, I don't know if it can push it out far enough for me to grab it and pull it.
Can't you just extrude it all?
I could. I could just squirt out every last drop onto the print bed. But that's so much plastic. There's so much there. It feels like such a waste to not use that last bit. But I don't know, man. You know, there's always a certain amount of each spool that I don't get to use because the printer just can't use the end of it. So I wonder if it is worth like getting something that can like grind up filament, like recycle it. I wonder how much that would save. Probably not like worth hanging on to filament until I get a machine like that. Yeah, I've got to make a decision what I'm doing on that. Well, no, you know what? I can always like decouple the Bowden tube from someplace else and just like grab the filament. I'm probably gonna try to unload it instead of just spraying out every last drop of filament from that machine.
Got bleed, nice.
But yeah, new design for this thing, super smooth.
Oh man, we're going right to fire tornado, huh?
Having a fidget that looks really good on video is quite a blessing.
she was hitting me. I didn't look at her. She was hitting. Oh, that's me. Yep. Alright. And I'm dead. Yep, super.
How did you poison your sword?
I switched it to poison.
Oh. Got it.
It's an okay idea. I mean, you know. Too bad I don't have the rot ash of war, huh?
Why don't you switch your sword to, like, blood? Or physical or something, and then just put the poison grease on.
I can certainly do that.
Because that would do a ton more damage. Yeah, compare the damage types with the different, like, infusions. See what we're working with. Alright, so right now we got, like... We'll put it on the frost it was on before. I'm curious where we are there. You can't hit, like, Y or anything to see what the, like, total damage is?
Yeah,
you just have to add it
plus
together.
that, yeah.
Pain in the ass. Okay, so, like... Say, like, roughly 600 now? And then it changes to... Like, over... yeah, like 700 with the cold. So it's like more damage on cold, it looks like. And then what's like physical? Come here, Gurgi. Gurgi, come. Gurgi, come. Come here.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. He only wants Trisha pets.
He only wants treasure pets. Even though I'm playing a video game, huh? You still want pets from me?
Come here,
No,
buddy.
Adam's not playing a video game. He can actually pet you. He can pet you real good. Alright. So, what do we think? More bleed proc plus poison?
So blood is the same amount of damage that you're currently doing.
Yeah, but you get the bleed percentage.
And it just doubles the blood loss build up.
Yes.
What
would
about the
proc
physical
it.
ones? Like quality? Is it, or like go up to like strength or something? Let's see, quality
Qualities
is
for your...
for strength? Or that's for both. Yeah. So that turns it into 670. That seems like less than frost, if I'm not mistaken. And then keen is dexterity, and you did pump a lot into dexterity, so that's like the same as frost roughly. And then heavy is like less. What about standard? Curiosity. It seems like, yeah, again, somewhere around where like frost is. So
what do you think?
what the fuck? What
What's that?
sized elf?
Oh, you've never seen that?
Oh god.
It's about a fat elf. I don't know if she tries to lose weight or what, but
Disgusting.
some people are into that, what can I say? I still can't use it.
You turned it to blood?
Yeah,
I figured maybe not.
yeah, right. I think if you infuse your weapon, you just can't use any of the...
No. Like, I think they're counting blood as, they're counting blood as a elemental infusion now, whereas it used to not be.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Ooh, what a pity.
disinfect all the fidgets we send out. So we don't give anyone the plague.
Oh, god damn it.
So yeah, my social media videos with the dice canisters are going well, I guess. Not that it turns into sales or anything, but it's like I have like 13 likes on the video, but I have over 1,000.
Oh my fucking god. It's like as she moves around you, you're just taking damage. Even though she's not hitting you.
She's kind of, I mean, she's kind of just like swinging swords wildly.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of, I mean, it makes sense. You get nicked by stuff. At least there's like animations of swords moving around rather than like the dancing lion where it was just like, isn't this such a cool spectacle? And it's like, yeah, it looks neat, I guess.
You danced and then you took damage. Ah, blood loss isn't that bad though. I'll give it that. Letta, what are you doing? Jeez.
Oh, me? Sorry.
No, Letta. The AI. Not you. You're perfect.
Aww.
Uh,
For the record, everyone, Gergie did run away when Trisha asked, what are you doing?
man. Oh, I was about to say, we never got her down. Didn't get her down for that long. Damn. Yeah, she's really tough in phase 2. What you looking at?
I just realized I should check my messages.
Mm. Yeah, she's really tough. But we are close. It's just that it takes an entire hour to get that close. So you know. Yeah, that sword moves so weird. Oh, right to the moon.
You know, with a jump, you'd think there'd be more spells to create platforms.
Damn it, fucking Letta! I can't see where I have to constantly be moving the camera. Ugh.
You never watched Naruto, right? Like, you didn't like watch... If I make a joke about the shadow windmill, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about.
No idea.
Yeah. There's a disc that someone throws at some point. It wasn't a glowing disc, it was just a metal disc. And then he used like magic to hide something in the shadow of the one disc, and he was like, "Shadow windmill jutsu!" And then there was another one, like, hidden in the shadow of it. And then the guy dodges that thing, and then he's like, did I say shadow windmill jutsu? I meant shadow windmill substitution jutsu. And then he, like, the other disc that he dodges, the guy transforms into a guy, and then throws a thing at his back, and he's like, "What? Nani?"
You see how I, like, blocked all of that damage anyway. Because I'm not, like, moving around correctly. But I don't know why I didn't take any damage from that.
I don't know if any of this is true, but this is kind of a funny excerpt from some kind of thing that could be true. I don't know if this is like a real historical tale or whatever, but a Neapolitan fought 14 duels to prove that Dante was a greater poet than Ariosto. At his deathbed, his confessor desired him by way of penance to acknowledge the superiority of Ariosto. "Father," answered the dying man, "to tell the truth, I have never read Dante or Ariosto."
I want to remove that fucking disc from her entire moveset.
Just don't summon her. She's cool, but it's obviously, like, worse than just fighting her alone.
No, it's not worse.
Is she dealing 20%? You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
know, maybe
she's
she
adding-
helps get her down.
she's adding 20% to her total health. So if she doesn't do 20% of the health bar, she's not pulling her weight at, like, a base level. Oh, this is gonna be fucking meaty.
Not meaty enough. She gets down for less time when she's in phase 2.
Oh.
What? You see, like, I can't see what she's doing if she pulls
If she
every
covers the
single
whole screen
time.
with the
Yeah,
wheel.
I can't see what direction she's facing. I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Ugh, God, it's the worst. I can't see if she got up already. I can't see if she's attacking.
You know,
I can't see
when
if she's on me.
When I didn't realize who had what powers, so at
We're
first
going Shield Bros.
At first I thought that it was her that was casting the thing to block your vision.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't blame you.
Wow, they're surviving longer than I thought they would.
Oh, they're blocking my pathway now.
I believed in the poise damage. They are tanky as shit.
It's all they're good for. What?
They pushed you back.
You know what? God. Right when she gets out of the corner. Don't I just have like the worst fucking timing in the planet? Get a shield, Rose. Get a shield, Rose.
Oh my god, that's phase 2? Oh, damn. Something tells me the shield bros are not going to dodge the moon very well. They gonna get her? They got her?
Shield Bros for the win. Shield Bros for the win.
Well,
First try Shield Bros. Fuck that summon. She's cool, but also fuck her.
Yeah, because she's giving her 20% more health and she's not doing 20% damage.
She, if anything, she was handicapping me with that goddamn disc. I'm sorry, Letta.
This
I
is
like
cool.
you, but it's over between us.
The disc is cool. I can't wait to play co-op with you, get the disc, and blind you.
Yeah, right, okay. An hour spent on nothing when I could have just summoned the Shield Bros and won instantaneously.
So guys,
My God.
do you remember the demon birth story from last stream?
Oh, there's an update.
Yeah, she posted more stuff about it, and it just sounds worse. Like it sounds.
Here, let me get some water, and you can go over the demon baby story.
So I'm assuming everyone heard it last time, but she like posted more.
I'll put it over here actually.
I'll just read an excerpt.
Yeah. Wow, exactly.
But he stayed awake. His intuition was strong, and he knew I was in the portal.
Okay. Jumping straight to portals, huh?
He got out the list I wrote him, lit candles, made my drink. She never says what's in the drink. Never says. She always says, like, he gives me, like...
Lita, what the fuck was that back there, huh?
Gonna act real cocky like you did something.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Wondering about the home scent, are you? True enough? In any other circumstance, he'd be at our throats. Long ago, Queen Marika commanded Sir Mesmer to purge the powerful, a cleansing by fire. No wonder the home scent holds the Erdtree in contempt. That aside, man is by nature a creature complex, and in this regard, the tower folk are no different. Any other saints? They just happen to be on the losing side of a war. They're still a wretched shape.
Okay. Oh, should I keep on asking about the Hornset, or is that it? Yeah, that's it. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your goddamn mouth, lady.
It's interesting. They've given you a dialogue option, whereas normally you just press A and then they just tell you the dialogue.
Hello, good sir. What the heck do you have on your face? New cross map, okay. Collect all the crosses.
Have you met this guy before?
Yeah,
And he had that on his face before? Or...
I guess so. I think he's a omen. That's why.
Yeah, he's got horns growing through the thing. HR my foot. You were doing this last stream too?
Alrighty.
Trisha's adding a demon named after the child to Reaper now.
Yeah. Hadassah.
Hadassah.
Hadassah. Alright. So, new area to explore. Let's get that map. That map is probably the first thing I should get. Or is it over there-ish? Let's get mapping. Oh, I don't want to fight you, cavalry guy. Or you. Don't want to fight either of you. Oh, good. There it is. Gotta get my map on. Let's go. What are you guarding? There's nothing there. It's just dragging and dropping random enemies onto the map. Hey.
I kind of like the lighting on the grass. Like, it looks cool, but...
Let me just avoid this guy. Don't think I want to fight him. No. No, I don't. Ember of Mesmer. Sure, it's just a shitty crafting item. What is that noise? That's a bad noise. I don't like that noise. Somewhere a great rune has broken, and so too has a powerful charm. What does that mean? Oh God! What happened?
What did you pick up?
I know it had nothing to do with what I picked up. I think it's just a story thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You didn't remove something important?
No.
You didn't steal some ancient artifact?
That is not what happened.
Sorry, I wasn't looking.
I picked up an Ember of Mesmer, which is just like some sort of shitty crafting item.
Okay.
It was like 90% of the stuff that you pick up.
You didn't find like a glowing
Useless.
ruby in the middle of like the Cave of
Furnace
Wonders
usage.
and then just take it?
No. I would never.
You would never?
I would.
Are you
I
sure?
would never.
Well, I don't know.
Don't be ridiculous. What? I hit Y. Just. Gah!
Oh, okay, so you can use that item to turn into a fire thing to throw at this guy to animate him, to then defeat him to get an item that you could put into your flask.
Yeah. Hear that, guys? I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, she also describes her husband as guarding the portal.
Okay. The portal guard over here.
It's just, it sounds so creepy.
Oh yeah, no, that is very creepy. I don't know if she's legitimately some fucking Satanist girl who just so happens to be into farming, or if she's trolling.
And once I heard She's coming. And I didn't even think a thought of it.
Oh, America's head is off. No, not the golden hippopotamus! Aw, shit.
So I thought this was going to be a Feldegriff, but unfortunately it's just a horny hippopotamus.
God, that's so much. There you go, so far. Where am I? Oh, I fell. I didn't know because I couldn't see. Man, what a shitty boss to put in such an epic room. Why did you put a hippopotamus there?
It's a deconstruction.
It's a golden hippopotamus, you know, like gold, like the holy stuff.
Yeah, man, it's like hippopotamuses cause the most deaths out of any animal.
Yeah, I don't want to fight
They're so
that.
dangerous.
Does this not work?
Whenever I hear statistics about how many people die from hippopotamuses,
I don't think it works.
it shouldn't work because you're not online.
No, isn't it for summoning the animals too?
No.
No?
That's only for...
It's only for co-op.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought if it was for just like everything.
No, it's some kind of like small sign thing.
Yeah, I thought it was for fake co-op as well. Alright.
Hey,
Well,
Yarden.
let's just wander around, because I don't want to fight a stupid hippopotamus. We're not gonna do that. Well, we'll get back to... Oh, I guess this is like a whole area. We'll get back to Shadow Keep later. When I feel like it.
Going to the Shadow Realm.
It is literally the Shadow Realm. Look at that, I'm at the base. Huh. I think the game is a little bit brokey-wokey, if you know what I mean.
Can't be that broke. They charge $40 for it.
You saw what it did?
No.
Oh, it was just like switching back and forth between like where I was. It was like something plateau, something altus, back and forth. Like while I was just moving straight. It was kind of goofy. Goes to show that like they must have made it sensitive.
Or deepest lore.
Deepest lore.
The planes are converging.
Oh yeah.
A conjunction of the spheres.
It's the only explanation, yeah. There you go. Church of the Crusade. This is my kind of church.
Dannphan.
Yes. Oh, who is dumb enough to invade me? Why the fuck did the parry not work?
Because he missed.
No, he didn't. It bounced off my shield.
Let's see the replay.
Oh. The real tragedy is I have to wait for this elevator to come back up. It's just annoying. I mean, granted, it's still a very good shield, but they did make it kind of worse. One of the things I think they were changing about Great Shields is how much of your body it blocks. So maybe that's what I'm seeing.
There's an eagle raptor that lives near my house now. He's epic, like an Elden Ring boss. That does sound cool.
Yeah, it does sound pretty epic. Alright, I'm going back to that crusade church. Revenge! You did not deserve to die. No.
Buying a new laptop at the risk of sounding like an old head. Why aren't disk drives built into them anymore? Because they can take $20 off of the cost. I mean,
$20 whole, guys! Can you blame them?
it gives them a lot more space. Continuous, like, unbroken space. So, they can make, like, a smaller laptop. They end up with more money on their end, so it allows them to, like, sell, like, make more... They make a lot more money on the laptop because they don't have to fight with, like, a tech... Even though they're not charging that much more, they make... Or they're not charging anymore, like, keeping...
Oh, my fucking... It unlocked me?
Near the pillar.
No. Elden Ring is just fucking stupid.
No, it's because the camera went into the pillar.
Yeah, I said Elden Ring is just fucking stupid.
Yeah. Sure.
When I say no, I'm not saying no, you're incorrect. I'm saying no, that shouldn't be a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like that, though. Sounds like you're refuting my claim.
I would never refute your claim in such a manner. You know what?
Yep.
I tried to be nice.
Hmm?
I tried to give this guy a chance.
No.
But now the gloves are off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen to him?
He's gonna get fucking wild striked.
Do it. Teach him a lesson.
And he's gonna cry.
I thought physical media was on the comeback since people hate streaming service content edits and slimming selections. Piracy is on the rise, not physical media. People are just torrenting stuff when they want it because you can't rely on buying it, right? Because if you buy it from a digital service, they could edit it at any time, so it's not...
Well, physical media is what they said.
Yes, I'm saying that it's not on the comeback. And I was going to start with the digital thing and then talk about the problem with physical media, and then I was going to say how piracy is the solution.
Damn it.
Because, like...
That's what you get. That's what you get for being stupid. Oh, prayer room key. Sick.
Flame skewer. Interesting.
Yeah. Wonder where the prayer room key goes to. Somewhere in this church? Nah. Just a
Sadly,
yeah.
tape drives are still the cheapest / best bulk storage option, and most governments still use CD as backup media. Huh.
Alright, sick. Winning Elden Ring as we do, with a whole lot of wild strikes.
Mostly people use read many, write once SD cards that only come in 1 gig. Is that a specific type of SD card? For my printer downstairs, I have an SD card. And that's whatever. Especially for crime scene evidence is stored on SD cards. Huh. I mean, it's super small, so if you could find a way of storing it without it getting destroyed, you know, perfect stuff. Also very easy to steal from the evidence locker. It's so fucking small.
No, not the Calvary.
You can only write to it once, but it will last for 100 years. Nice. Ubisoft promotes piracy. Gamers should get used to not owning...
Yeah, not owning their games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actively promoting piracy by saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone should pay for a Ubisoft game. I think people should learn how to pirate safely, and if they want to play a game by some company shoveling slop to them, then they should just pirate it, and pirate it for their poor, lost family members and friends who want to play games that shovel slop to them and degrade them.
Alright, Fog Rift Fort. Nice. Already got a stake of America here. Good sign. What, is someone just gonna shoot me as soon as I get down the ladder? Looking like it. Excuse me, pardon me. Black Knight Garu? Oh, this guy? Oh, fuck. Oh,
Did he
Garu.
just- Did he just like
Yeah.
get over here you?
He did that to me. The fucking disrespect.
That motherfucker with the shank. and then it's just like the thing is, you're like this ascended god who like slays, you know, gods and shit. Like you're this hero, and then you can still just get killed with a rusty shank, and it's very stupid.
Yeah. They flanked me. Flank with the shank. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna get rid of all these other guys. Yeah. We don't need you guys. You can just go.
Oh, hey, Never.
You can just go.
I, for one, prefer my physical media. Can't take that away. It's why I don't really care about remakes, because I have the game most of the time. Yeah.
It unlocked me because he was behind a wall? Fucking ridiculous. Sick of it. Show me what you got. Come on. No. You're supposed to let me win.
The problem is not physical media, it's that technology moves on from it. I have a copy of Evil Genius for PC that I can't play because it uses files no longer in Windows, and it's not worth it for me keeping an old XP machine running just to play one game.
It's probably safe to say that the...
Here's the thing.
Actually, I'll give it a go anyway.
You can still run Windows XP on a virtual machine. Like, it's not like technology has exactly moved on. I mean, it has kind of moved on from it, but also it's not so simple because you could have a virtual machine within your Windows whatever number and be running all the other versions of Windows in it to play all different games on their proper
that's a
compatibility. Oh, that's a tongue. Ew.
Yeah.
So he's like a Crucible Knight guy? That's so stupid. How did we get here? Tongue attacks.
Oh, and it does damage too? It's not just a get over here thing?
Yeah, you've just been blocking it. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Fucking guy with a shank again.
Always. Always the guy with a shank.
Oh, jeez. Don't I have the luck? I'm surprised. I saw, like, Yellow and Faith, and I thought, oh, maybe he's gonna be super resistant to the sword, but he still fucking takes a good bit of damage from it.
Damn. I like this. What was that on the...
Blessed Bone Shard.
Huh. What does that do?
It's for, the not level up. For the Shadow Realm, make game not as hard, button.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't work? That's weird. Damn it. Damn it! That stupid fucking tongue. Right when I fucking run out of stamina.
It's such a goofy attack for such
That's the only reason why they added damage to it. Is because it's such a goofy attack. They were like, oh, no one will take this seriously unless it also does damage. Let's do their whole health bar. Yeah, that sounds about right. God, we have such huge dicks. Yeah. Ugh. Kill you though. It doesn't kill you because you're special. If you let me go. Come on.
So, my upstairs 3D printer is taking a shit. My downstairs 3D printer, it could. I didn't want to, like, unload the filament, like, before stream. I'll deal with that situation afterwards. I also had to decide what filament to load in there. Oh, I know what I'm loading in there. I'm loading in the cheap stuff. Because I have, like, I have to print stamps for someone. For their, like, pottery stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'll put the cheaper stuff on there. Because it doesn't matter how it looks, it just has to, like, function. And actually, some of the cheaper stuff, like the recycled stuff, still totally not toxic. Because it's coming from, like, a good company that's only recycling, like, other good stuff. But,
I got a shield.
nice.
But could it really be better than the fingerprint shield? I don't know, man.
Oh, maybe. Check. I mean, they're trying to sell the DLC, so check the stats. Probably not, but... No, but your shield is also plus 25, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but...
How does that
it levels with, it levels D with strength.
That affects the damage. Not the blocking in this game. It's Dark Souls 2 that it affects the blocking, I want to say? Or is that just armor? But, I wonder how it compares to other shields. It's 10 pounds lighter, so that is... So probably it won't compete no matter what with your shield.
Yeah, probably not.
I bet it's a decent shield, though. I mean, it certainly looks cool. Yeah, don't buy it from China. They get rid of their hazardous waste by adding clear exports. Did you hear that from me, or do you know that on your own? Because I know that's true because my dad...
I'm sure that you've said that.
Yeah.
Stream.
But I'm just curious if, like, you heard that from me or if you've heard that someplace else. My dad heard that from someone who worked in factories in China. Like, he's a chemical engineer, or was a chemical engineer, now he's a retired chemical engineer. Not very good at retiring, but there was someone who, like, left a Chinese company or something like that, or he was working someplace where it was safe to say this. My own, I heard it from you as well, yeah, okay. Kaiju number 8 is fire? Yeah, it is pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the manga is fantastic. I would actually encourage more people go out and read the manga, especially now that the anime has ended its first season.
But speaking of Capcom, they suddenly re-released the PC version of the original Resident Evil game on GOG. That is kind of shocking. GTO anime is better. You know that's like the #1 anime? Like on a lot of lists, like rankings, like including rankings from like Japan. I think sports anime are still more popular. There's some sports anime, but that one's like
basketball sports anime.
Yeah, but that one.
Talks about that.
But that one for some reason is still like #1 or something on like a couple lists I've seen, depending on what site is ranking it. Like.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I started reading the manga. I only got like 2 chapters in before I was like, alright.
Not today.
Yeah. Because like I forgot from watching the episodes, but he's like, hopefully today I'll sleep with a student, and I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a little. And they're like, oh, silly.
Oh.
That was silly
Onizuka
Onizuka or whatever. You're never gonna sleep. It's like, but sounds a little.
He could.
Sounds a little dangerous.
Yeah, it's funny when you remember that that's the plot.
But he's a good guy on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside.
I guess.
He just serpent flail. That sounds interesting.
Atari made a new...
Let me
Atari
take a look at
exists?
this. Where's the flails?
Atari
in
made a
this
new
thing?
console with HDMI, and there's a converter for PS2, etc. Not the best, but it works. You can find an LCD with any basic cable that you can hook up RGB plugs into them. Kind of cool.
Check out my serpent flail, huh? It's two like coiled snakes with like an ember between them.
Are they alive?
No, I don't think so.
They were... I could swear they were slithering.
Nah, they're just metal snakes.
I don't trust them. What's the weapon art?
Ah, it's like a mesmer's flame thing.
Power attack?
Yeah.
Hold on to power attack. Are they uncoiling when you start swinging? You can't hold on it, or?
That's me holding on it.
Oh, interesting.
Alright, well that's cool. That's a cool weapon. I appreciate it.
Yeah, neat little thing that Atari still exists. Huh. That's really cool, though. So they just made a new console that can play their old games? Atari recently bought out Intellivision? That sounds like a really old company.
There's gotta be something more down here, right? That can't be it. Is that actually it? That was the whole area?
Oh yeah, once we can both breathe again,
Yeah,
that
then we
drawing
can,
video.
yeah, we do the orb challenge.
Still so goddamn congested.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Same.
I've hopefully got a business call this morning. It's coming tomorrow morning. And I hope I'm not congested by then. I hope it like clears up. I don't want to sound like some nasally sniffly fuck. I'm trying to wow people with my soap knowledge.
That's fair. Oh, you gotta push me back so much. No! Who uses fire bombs twice in a row? I thought they were gonna charge me.
You know, I think what I'd like to do is just turn on the printer and see if it'll randomly work for no reason.
Okay, I'm sure that'll fix it.
I mean, very often with like anything technical,
Just turn it on and off again.
the best way to fix something is just to do nothing different and it randomly work. You know?
Yeah. Well, so long as you're not breaking it, honey.
I think I already did that. I believe. Intellivision was like a rival for Atari back in the day. That's what I thought. That's kind of like the ultimate like revenge. It's like finally slaying their villain. It's like yeah. Guy's a little too cool to be an average minion, TBH, but. Cool guy.
I got too many fucking fireballs, I gotta say. Nope. Nope. Get off.
I don't trust this.
Alright. We did it. We got another cookbook. Those are very important. Not really.
Kind of, but Atari's kind of letting a television operate on their own. Yeah. No, it's just like buying them out is just like the sign that they finally passed them.
Like, why does that bridge over there just lead to nowhere? I'm not the only one who thinks that the, like, mapping of the DLC is, like, significantly less well done than the main game, right? Like, they phoned it in. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it how I see it. Okay, so that's the fort, and I don't think there's any more to the fort. In theory, anyways, I could go up there, but I definitely can't go up there from this way. I'd have to go over there first, and then go over there. So, all done with the fort. Church of the Crusade. That's the catacombs. Alright. Talk to Lidis some more. Oh, you know what? I should probably look for those crosses, right? Let me see. Where's that map? Ugh, I wish I could zoom in so I could see where the fuck it's... Like, is there a zoom in button? You know what? Never mind. Maps are for gays. I'll just figure it out.
Okay. Surprised Nintendo didn't release the N64 Classic. They,
Let's start by the Rim of the Water.
Nintendo's like very cautious. So like they know by not releasing things they build up demand for it. And so they strategically release things to like make use of the most hype that they can. So that's why they don't like emulators, is because they're not fulfilling that demand.
Mm-hmm.
And so they know the demand is being met by emulators.
Yeah, and they're also re-releasing a lot of things so that they don't have to make new games. And, you know, kind of loses its point if... Very fun. I assume I'm supposed to do that. Let me look around this area first, though, before I go teleporting.
I sent a pic of an Intellivision game ported for Atari 2600.
I like there's a lot of waterfalls in this DLC. 10 out of 10.
Man, the Atari looks so fucking old school and elegant, you know? Something about it. It looks like it was designed by like a car manufacturer from the goddamn 80s. It's like there's something real classic about it. I don't know. And I have no nostalgia for an Atari. I have picked up one of these joysticks, but I didn't realize until now that that was an Atari joystick. I've like seen one of these at like an antique store or a junkyard or something, but I've never played an Atari before. I don't even think at like a dentist's office or something. Yeah, there's something real classic about that aesthetic. Those big, heavy analog switches. I don't even know what they do, but they
Yeah.
look nice. I hope that's real wood. If that's not real wood, I'll be disappointed. Better not be fake wood.
I like the super old school sci-fi where they imagined the future, but they kept in all the analog switches, and it's like kind of retro feeling, even though it's supposed to be the future.
Yeah.
Just feels like so similar when
Yeah.
they're just using like the touch pads for the future. Is like, okay, that maybe that's what people want in the future, but it's
Dude.
not cool.
It sounds like a fucking misery if you were actually in a spaceship and your touchpad wasn't working.
Yeah, right.
What are you gonna do to like fix it? Like, let's say you're a super smart technical man. You're gonna replace the whole goddamn screen right there? So it's just like such a total shit show. Like, you need like some analog controls to do stuff. What a fucking nightmare using a touchscreen would be. But no, it's funny. Like in the sort of like mechanical world where not quite at like nerdy stuff exactly, but like, you know, maybe in like David Meyer's world or whatever. I would like where they have those switches and knobs and things. I was looking up the names for everything, trying to flesh out my my sci-fi like vocabulary. I was trying to figure out what like different switches were called, and those motherfuckers, they gave them the dumbest names. Like the really loud switches, like the metal switches that like have that like they're kind of distinctive. It's like that steel, like shiny steel, like cylindrical protrusion that like you sometimes see on like movie sets or like sci-fi play sets in like museums for kids or whatever, where you like switch them on, they're really loud. They're called hard switches. And I was writing this chapter in the sci-fi thing where they're like in the cockpit and they're like doing some stuff.
That guy over there is definitely trouble.
Oh yeah.
That's some dual wielding katana shit.
Oh yeah. That's like the chick from the dark version of Firelink Shrine.
Yes.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's fucking beautiful, man. Look at
Yeah,
this.
for once they put something pretty.
This is actually nice.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm liking some of the areas in the Elden Ring DLC.
Kind of a terrible job on the water. The waterfall looks like it came out of a claymation film, but you know.
Water is very hard. I'll give them that. It's very difficult to put in video games.
But yeah, I was having something be controlled by like a hard switch. So it's just like a simple thing they turn on or off or whatever. Just flicking something on. And I was like, hard switch. And I was like, does anyone even know what this means? No one knows what this means. Should I like dive into the sound and like haptic feedback of like flicking something on? It's not important, so like no, right?
And for Digris Discus? Is that a talisman?
I should probably make some note earlier in the story, you know? To like find some room to describe a hard switch being flicked on. Get that cozy sci-fi feel earlier.
Raises defense with higher equipment load.
I love that.
Write
That's
that down.
that was in another game, not a Dark Souls game, but another. Maybe it was a Souls-like or something.
We're going full tank. Alright.
Yeah. I think it was in some Souls-like game. I heard about that thing. I think it was attack. It was raises attack with higher equipment load. And so it was such a neat idea that you could just overload the shit out of yourself and like put in all your spare slots extra heavy weapons.
Yeah.
And then just slowly lumber towards the boss like cool guy walk.
Cool
and then
guy
like,
walk, exactly.
blam!
It's perfect. I am glad that they decided to put a bunch of waterfalls in the DLC. Makes a lot of these areas very pretty. A simple trick, but quite effective.
N64 games have always had a hard, troubling time getting emulated. I've actually never had a problem with any N64 games, but I haven't played that many. I've had a bunch of problems with GameCube games, but I've tried to emulate a lot of them. So I don't know, but then again, the N64 games that I emulated were all pretty big N64 games, right? Like I emulated Toy Story 2, Mario 64, Donkey Kong, and I think the DK rap had a little bit of like in it.
It sounds like shit anyways.
Yeah. I looked up like the career of the people who wrote the DK rap, and their like life went down the drain. Like they're like they're like but like
rap career didn't work out.
Yeah, no one even like knows where they are now. They just like
they just vanished.
They're just like dead in the gutter. I don't know. Back when I tried to emulate them, I had an issue with Shadow of the Empire. I don't know what that is. Probably Star Wars, if I had to guess. But speaking of Switches, etc., a lot of the stuff at my plant is from the 80s. I bet it's fucking cool. I bet it's like, you know?
Interesting. It doesn't look like I can jump up there. How would one get up higher on these ruins?
If I knew how to make my games digital, I would keep them for myself. I don't know if I read that out loud or not, but it's interesting. I'm sure it's not super difficult.
Just gotta believe in yourself. Alright. I don't see anywhere to get up higher. Unless there's like some secret door somewhere. Find the waterfall? No. Damn. You know, it probably is like this is some secret boss that you can only get to if you unlock the portal thing, but otherwise you'll just be on the top of the ruins instead. But there's nothing else you can do here except fight this boss.
You took the portal to get here?
Yeah.
Okay, exciting.
So,
Cool arena. I'm digging it.
Whatever. Let's go, boys.
That was just like a random enemy.
Yeah, it's not a boss. It's just some samurai dude. Oh, okay.
Or a Garuda.
Shield burst, you're not doing anything. Come on, get in there, shields. Oh, he's a bird man. Yes, I see. Nice job. Probably didn't need you guys, actually, but I appreciate the excitement.
Yeah, there's an Indian.
He doesn't drop anything, either. What the heck is this portal? Why do I need this?
I don't know.
I guess I wasted it.
Well, you got that.
I got the the talisman.
Yeah.
But, you know. I guess that's all that's over here, yeah. So if you really want that talisman, now you know where it is, guys. There's nothing else here. That's a shame.
Oh, was there an invisible walkway there?
where?
Interesting question, though. Hey, Gergie, you want to hop on the couch? Come here. Yeah. You gonna be cute for stream?
He's always cute for stream, aren't you, Gertie?
Yeah.
Aren't you always?
Is that you? You little cute doggo. You puppy. Yeah. Oh, you're a big doggo. You gotta brush your teeth, dude.
Didn't he just go for a teeth cleaning?
He did. Yeah.
And he's still icky.
Yeah. No, it's just like we shouldn't have to take him to the teeth cleaning. You know, his teeth should just not be dirty all the time. He's a very agreeable dog. Like, he does let me like brush his teeth, but like,
Oh, hello?
I think I tried to do it like a couple times, and then like everyone annoyed me so much that I was just like, I'm never gonna do this again. And then I did.
Everyone else annoyed you?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh no, you're gonna hurt him if you do it wrong.
They're like, oh no, you poor doggy. And then like, instead of him just like accepting it, he was like frantically trying to break away and run over to them because he thought like he was supposed to go to them for a treat or something. And then like, I let him go, he runs over to them, and then they're like, oh, who's your good boy? And I was like, oh, okay, so never gonna do this again.
That's not helpful.
No, it's not.
Now, I see these bridges in the distance, and they do make me curious. But I don't think I can go down from here. I'm pretty sure that's death right there.
But he's so like okay with you doing stuff. He's not even that upset by like you brushing his teeth. He's just sure that if you're putting something in his mouth, it's really good and he should try to eat it.
Yeah, he's very trusting.
So he's like constantly swallowing the toothpaste. So you can't put too much or he's gonna try and like, I had a glob of toothpaste on the brush and I was like just thinking like, it's probably too much toothpaste. I should like try to spread it out, like use all over. And then he just like like Yoshi, just like
Oh yeah.
just ate the whole glob off the brush, and I was like, "You thief! You just ate all the toothpaste." And then he's like, "It's not good, right?" It's like, I know.
He's like icky.
I know. Why'd you eat all of it? Stupid. And like obviously it's like dog toothpaste, so it's like
Yeah, it's
they
like
can,
flavored like meat or something.
yeah, so like, you know, toothpaste, they're like, yeah, they can eat as much as they want. It's like, no, they cannot. They
It's
cannot.
so fun.
I mean, they can like survive eating as much as they want, but they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to eat the toothpaste. Toothpaste is for brushing teeth. It is. It's probably expensive. I don't know how much dog toothpaste
Hey,
is.
here's across. Nice. I figured it out on my own.
So then it's like, do I wait until no one's around to brush his teeth? Because then it's like, there's so much other stuff I gotta do and nobody's around. Just like video editing and writing and like not going insane.
Fuck you too, then. Doesn't talk to me. What a little bitch. I hate him. They should die. It's a Lost Universe reference for those of you who aren't cool enough to know.
The bridge you mentioned that went nowhere was what Never clarified when he was saying, was there an invisible walkway there?
Oh. No, I don't. It was like, there was nothing connecting it to anywhere. There were no items on it or anything.
Yeah, maybe it has an invisible walkway. Maybe that's the point of the portal.
Well, it goes into the cliff.
Did you walk into the cliff?
No, darling, I didn't walk into the cliff.
So you just like left the secret undiscovered there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did.
I think Never solved the mystery of what that imbued sword key was for. But
That had nothing to do with the imbued sword key.
oh.
That was a while ago that he's referencing. That's why I didn't know what he was talking about.
Alright. Oh, sure, triple puppy. Yeah. You guys enjoying dog? Dog is enjoying being dog. If you ever played the HD ports of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, the music and certain dialogue didn't get the proper time to appear or play correctly. Huh.
They sure put a lot of enemies just around here. I'm sure there's some super deep lore reason.
Oh, did you swing your sword at it? Maybe it's an invisible door, like in Caelid. Ooh.
Do you have to hit things to...
In this game, yeah.
You can't just roll?
Oh, you can, yeah, you can roll
Okay.
into it.
I was about to say, oh man, I've been rolling into things this whole time. I sure hope I wasn't supposed to hit it.
Look at this fluffy fluffers. Look at you. You're just such little puppers. Yeah. You know you're the best doggo? Yeah. They say
Melted you from
that you're part
sitting
mop.
and doing nothing.
I think you make a very agreeable mop. But I'm pretty sure you're a dog. Yeah.
Shattered stone talisman. That's interesting.
He's so cute. Like, my old dog Beamer, he was very wary. So, like, if you started petting him, he liked it. But, like, and, like, but his...
Raise his potency of kicking and stomping skills. Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. But he would open his eyes wide when you start petting him. Gergie over here, when you start like scratching him in the right spot, he slowly closes his eyes. He's so
yeah, you
cute.
just relax.
He's so relaxed, and he's not scared of fireworks either.
No, he's excited by them. He's like, I want to go and play with the explosions.
You know, what'd be the perfect character in like a Dark Souls game?
What? Okay.
Like, imagine you could have so many characters. Like, if you just want to have these like these environments with like no explanation and all these like super dementia enemies, you could do it, right? But then to make the world feel lively, what if you have the occasional like NPC just like they have,
How was that? You didn't even hit me?
but you just do more with them? Like, there's just so many options you have for like helpful NPCs that could be like talkative and interactive and stuff. So imagine you go to the round table hold, like Never is saying, and he breaks all the furniture. What if they had a character who was like a mage who like specialized in like repairing equipment or whatever, and so like if you break a weapon, instead of having to pay for breaking it, you could go to her and she would fix your sword or something. But then also they're OCD, and so they don't like stuff to be broken. So you go to the round table and you start like rolling into stuff, and they're like, "Oh no, don't do that!" And then they like cast a spell and they like repair the broken stuff.
Oh, so you can keep breaking it.
And then you roll into the barrels again. They're like, "What? Why? Why must you do this?" And then they just like repair it again. And they follow you around. Like the NPC is like, "Don't," and like it just makes it more fun to break the stuff.
What is this?
Spectral poop.
That's what it looks like.
Oh no! Oh, a spirit spring has been unsealed. I thought it was like some demon or something.
No. Yeah, there was some note that was like, oh, if you see rocks fucking piled up, then try knocking them over because fucking it'll open up another door, etc. Alright, so now I can get up here. Nice. What was going on back there, though? 'Cause that looked important. Let me see. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a spectral evil dragon right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's doing something.
You don't have to worry about spectral evil dragons.
No, yeah, I ain't gotta worry about that. That's never a problem.
That's not a dog problem.
That's not a crusader problem.
I mean, it sounds like a crusader problem.
Well, we're probably heading towards the end of the stream pretty soon. So I guess if you have any ending stories you'd like to share.
Well, I was wondering, do you want to, because normally I'd, like, premiere a new video on, like, at the end of the stream, but since I was going to post it on Rumble first and, like, censor it for YouTube, I don't know, should we, like, watch it on stream or just, like, I don't know, post a link in the Discord or something?
Oh, we can do both. We have
Like-
a watch-along party. People like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? You want to, like, watch along my new video or just, like, watch it on your own time while you're eating or something? What do you think, Gergie? You just want to get belly scratches and continue being a good boy? Yeah. You're such a good boy. He's not even afraid of fireworks. I trained him to be excited about fireworks, but then he wanted to go out and play with the fireworks. And I was like, oh, it's going to hurt your ears, buddy. And he's like, oh, please.
The fireworks.
Let me go
They're
dance
so
with the
fun.
explosions. Ooh.
Explode.
Maybe we got him like a thing for his ears. Like a happy
Yeah.
hoodie or something. We just like stuck it
Yeah.
on. Maybe he wouldn't care. Maybe he'd still be excited.
I don't know.
Hey, Matthew Atkinson. How long is it? It's almost midnight. Almost midnight in Central Time. It's like 18 minutes, so you can always like watch it next time or something. I'll post it though, and then we could hang out and watch it next time.
Yeah, how does chat feel about the matter? I will defer to whatever chat decides to do.
Yeah. Gabe's heading out. Good night, Gabe.
Good night, Gabe. Oh, I'm starting to get
Or
tired
Honeydew
myself.
votes for Finnish GTO. Alright.
What's GTO?
Great teacher Onizuka.
Ah.
Also, it's like the type of car, right?
Yeah.
There's a power metal song. The only reason I know that is because there's a power metal song by White Wizard. It's like
I was
called GTO. I don't know what's with that band, but they have like they're such a fucking pain in the ass with like copyright claims. Like whenever I find one of their songs, they're like, "This is like banned in every country ever." So like you're not allowed to watch it. It's like this is like
Really?
your
Why?
channel, dude. Fucking stop it. Like I don't know what
It's
happened.
really
to them.
weird. Like, why would their songs be banned?
I think White Wizard is the band that every single music video is a different singer because they kept on like getting into fights and kicking people out.
Oh.
Yeah. I think someone told me that about Holy Grail, but I think they were completely wrong. I think it's just because they're similar sounding bands.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
they confuse them. And the
Holy
lead singer
Grail
is
split up.
yeah, dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Oh, his eyes are closed. He's so happy. You like a pets and scratches? What a puppy.
Oh, I don't know how to get down there. Well, I guess we'll figure out what the heck they want me to do here
Is that the spot?
next time.
You just such.
But it's almost, almost 1 in the morning over here, so. That'll be all for
The Atari switches.
tonight, I think.
I saw the switches on the Atari that you posted. I didn't see
There we go.
individual switches. Wow, that's what a view.
Yeah, right? I was looking for the right angle, and I was like, alright, here we go. So,
We'll do a watch along next time. I'll post
yeah,
it.
we can just hang out and chat for the remaining couple of minutes before it's 1 a.m. Or we could just call it now.
Yeah, let me
It's just like whatever you guys want to do, you know? I'm getting pretty zonked, and we did play a good bit of Elden Ring. I can't believe I spent like a whole hour trying to use that summon. And the whole time I could have just summoned the Shield Bros and like insta-won. But at least I got to see all of the boss's moves. All of Relana? Was that the name of the...
I think it was Rolana, yeah.
Yeah, Twin Moon.
Oh, it's not even done uploading. Ripperonis. That's the question for us. It's only 58% of the way through. Well, because we're streaming at the same time I'm uploading. Makes sense.
Oh, does that affect it?
Because it's both like upload, you know?
I guess.
It would,
Sort of.
It would certainly slow down your upload if you were uploading. Right?
Right. Well, it's mirroring, right?
Mirroring?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm uploading to Rumble first.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like dual uploading. Like most people seem to do with Rumble.
Right. But, yeah. What was I talking about before? Oh, yes. The Twin Moon boss. It is pretty crazy that, sometimes it really is, like, just more difficult to win a boss fight with one of those summons. I don't think she was that bad. I don't think Aletta was that terrible. I mean, she had a bunch of cool moves and stuff, and she did help with the stagger. But, god damn it, her moves just, like, completely blinded me. And that was the real pain. At the end of the day, all those shield bros... It's so funny that, like, I mean, it's partially luck that it happened, but they all got her trapped in a corner, just body blocking her because there's just so many of them.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really seem to have a lot of things to evade getting cornered.
Mm.
She's just so dangerous to be around that she doesn't need it.
Well, she needs, like, a wall to avoid her from, like, just floating around you, because she's constantly, like, moving in circles, and that's kind of just her character thing for evasion. But she was a cool boss, I'll give her that. Cool boss, bad summon, unfortunately.
Stylish
Constantly
summon.
blinding. Yes, stylish summon, but very blinding. You should just do what I did and summon the shield rose and get her trapped in a corner and just win. That is my official advice on how to beat that boss. Shield bros are always pretty good. Pretty good for a summon. I prefer, of course, winning with like the special character summons, but you know, if you gotta use the spirit ashes, you gotta do it. It's how I beat Mog. Used the shield rose and wild swinged him to death. That was pretty epic though. It's a shame I didn't stream that one, because that was a pretty epic end to that fight.
And you killed Moog with Wild Swings?
Yeah.
You've done that a couple times, haven't you?
What?
Haven't you beaten him a couple times like that?
No, the first time I beat him.
Mm-hmm. No, but haven't you...
No, it was special because of like the intensity of him adding the rings on me.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And like it was like right at the last second.
Yeah.
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 Oh, but, okay.
Yeah, I just meant it was a good moment.
I just thought that I'd resurrected him when you... I thought I resurrected him in my world and then you fought him with me again and we both wild swinged him.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I was just talking about a very specific...
I remember watching it. It was exciting. But I guess you weren't streaming.
No, I wasn't streaming.
So, printer is fucked.
Printer no good.
Yeah.
Kind of expected as much though.
Why?
Well, because it was broken before, so.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I thought you meant just like in general. There's something I don't. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to fighting the golden hippopotamus, because that just doesn't seem like an exciting boss whatsoever. Why did they add in hippopotamuses to the DLC? Of all creatures, you couldn't find any other fantasy creatures to use. You just decided giant hippopotamus.
Maybe they're trying to do like African stuff because hippopotamuses.
They also, I mean,
they have like Indian stuff. I think the guy that you fought with the two swords is supposed to be a Garuda. That's a Indian
oh, really?
thing.
I was just thinking like bird person because...
That's what a Garuda is. It's an Indian mythology thing. It's like a bird guy.
Isn't there like Egyptian bird guys?
Yeah, but that's not... It doesn't look like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I don't know what a Garuda is, so...
It's a bird person.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The end of description.
I'm just saying I've never seen a design of it, so I wouldn't know what it looked like.
Well, the guy's wielding Indian swords and he's wearing Indian clothes and he's a bird person. I just assume it's not a Egyptian guy.
I just assume that Japan thinks that they're all the same.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But like the only place I've seen Garudas really show up is like random RPGs where they need a name for like a bird boss. You know what I mean? It's like random JRPGs. Like random Japanese media, the Garudas will show up, and that's why I looked it up. I was like, what the fuck is a Garuda?
Yeah, right.
But
I mean, hippos are pretty scary. I don't know about that. I don't find hippos particularly scary.
Hippos cause the most deaths every year to humans, but it's like, every time I hear that statistic, I just think like, man, Africa is a shithole, because it's like, the number is always something retarded, like 800 people are killed by hippos, or like, no, it's more, it's like 1,000, or what, every year there's some like crazy number, like 1,800, 2,000 something, like people get killed by hippos, and it's like, guys, it's not like they're hiding. They're just there in the river, and you know last year they killed like, Togo. They killed Togo. I know the country's name, but like...
Okay.
It's like, you know they killed Togo last winter. why don't we just kill all the hippos in the river? And they're like, no.
It's too hard.
It's too hard. It's like, people are like, oh, well, you can't kill a hippo. They have, like, thick hides. It's like, I don't know. Whenever I pose the question, why don't they just exterminate all hippos? They're like, oh, whoa, I bet you would die if you tried to fight my imaginary friend hippo. Like, people always get really excited, like, I bet a hippo would beat you up. It's like, okay. Just like, it's like, you know, there were tigers in Europe? And you know what happened with tigers in Europe? A bunch of Europeans murdered all of them. Because they decided they'd rather not have that dangerous garbage living near them. It's like whenever there's like super...
Now they're endangered.
Yeah, it's like whenever there's like super dangerous animals, it's always like places where Europeans have not been for very long. It's like, oh man, an elephant stampede can like crush a whole village. It's like, why do any elephants exist? They should all be exterminated. This is it's obviously an error that we allow them on our planet. Kill them all, or put them in zoos. It's like the same thing with like bears. Like Europe has bears, but they're nothing like grizzly bears or like Kodiak bears or whatever. Like North America has like the most intense bears anywhere.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
Black bears are nice though.
Yeah, it's like when people are like, oh my god, medieval kings were retarded. They had a bear, like, doing a show in their castle. It's like, yeah, but it's not like a grizzly bear. Like
Yeah,
I see in the picture you drew.
Much nicer bear.
Yeah, I see in the picture you drew a grizzly bear, but it's like kind of like, nah, it's not really what happened. You know, it was kind of like the bear was probably like, arf, you're gonna just hand me food. Sure.
I'll do whatever you want, buddy. We're best friends now. There are literally like Russians throughout history who have had pet bears, of course.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes, yes. Definitely exterminate all the mosquitoes.
Exterminate all the mosquitoes. Exterminate all the hippos. They don't even look cool. Like...
Hippos are fine.
Nah, destroy them all.
They're fine. They're not hurting anybody except for those Africans. But, you know.
But it's like, it's also like, they're like really like starving and stuff, and it's like, there's just like hippos there. You know what I mean? Like, shoot them. Shoot them right in the head. They're like, oh, well, hippos will randomly flip over boats and kill everyone in the boat. And it's like, yeah, I know. Like, I'll get in these weird conversations with people where I'm like, why don't they just kill all hippos? And they're like, oh, well, they can knock over boats. And it's like, yeah, okay, kill them. And they're like, yeah, but, like, they kill, like, 2,800 people every year. You think you could win in a fight? And it's like, yeah, if I had a giant gun and I shot them first, like, what do you think? They have lookouts? Like, they're watching out for snipers all the time? Like, they're hippos. They're just in the water.
Like, have you seen the weapons we've created?
But, like, did you see that, like, Animal Planet show where they, like, had the hippo fight the other thing and they tested his bite strength?
Fight the shark?
It's like, no, yeah, it's like, yeah, I saw that episode, but, you know, like, big guns shoot thing, they die? Like, I don't know.
I think the funniest thing about that show is they could get very real results by just putting both the actual animals in a room and just having them kill each other. But instead they're like, well, you know, computer animation is just as good.
Well, to be honest, those people probably die because they want to see them. It's almost all of the deaths from hippos are like native Africans that just live nearby. It's like it'll be things like someone's like just walking down a road and then the hippo gets mad and then it just charges them and kills them.
Why?
It's just because they're just like, hippos are very aggressive, very angry creatures.
Do hippos actually charge? Isn't
Yes.
that a rhino thing?
Things can charge you without horns, especially when they're gazillion pounds.
Yeah, but they have a different body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have shorter legs than rhinos.
Yeah, I mean, you and me are both thinking we could probably outrun a hippo, and we're both right. So there's really no excuse for it, but people do get killed by a lot of hippos. Whatever happens, I don't know. Maybe people also go swimming, and then you're like, well, why would you go swimming when there's hippos around? It's like, I wouldn't. Would you let your kids swim in a pool of hippos? No. Does every parent, every person have this amount of common sense? I guess not. I don't know, because there's like thousands of hippo deaths every year, consistently, and they're like, they're so much more dangerous than everything. It's like, are they more dangerous than everything else, or are they just? I mean, maybe they're more dangerous, but it's like, why are they not dead? It's like sharks. If you wanted to exterminate all sharks, wow, they're in the whole ocean. Where are they going? Hippos are just like sunning all the time. They're just like there. Like when you go through like a zoo and you see hippos, they're like, wow, that's someone waiting to be shot right in the face. Like there's no, or like same kind of thing with like alligators. It's like they're just kind of there, like waiting all day. Whereas like with sharks, it's like, wow, they're a sea monster. They could be anywhere, you know. And I know there's like radars and things, but like, oh, sharks, you know, I get it. Tigers, oh, where are they? They're somewhere in the jungle. Hippos, it's like, they're not ambush. I mean, no, they're not ambush predators. They're like grazers or something. Yeah. Just take a gigantic gun, shoot them right in the face. They exist.
Well, there you have it.
There's elephant guns. There's definitely hippo guns. It's like, oh, but then they would be endangered species. It's like, oh, then you just have to shoot more, and then they'd be an extinct species. And then who would care? Not me.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Yes, a hippo will attack you for being in the same lake as you, even if you're on the opposite side of the lake. Yeah, they're. Yeah.
Yeah, they're territorial, just like humans.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna have to end this stream, guys. I gotta get more water and also get to bed.
Kangaroos will wade in lakes to bait people towards them so they can drown them. I don't think kangaroos are that smart or strong. There's a couple, like, videos of, like, drunk Australians getting hit by a kangaroo, but, like, have you ever seen a sober person encounter a kangaroo? It's, like, it's always, like, some dude who's, like, get out of here, shoot, and then the kangaroo is, like, oh,
There's, like,
I don't want to.
one
Just, like,
viral video where, like, a guy just, like, punches a kangaroo in the face.
yeah.
And the kangaroo is so confused. Like, no, that hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I always think that I always have a certain video in my head, and then I look it up and I find like 10 more videos of people just punching kangaroos in the face. Because like kangaroos will sometimes get aggressive, but you're still a human and you have big fucking fists.
Oh yeah.
And like people are like, oh, kangaroos can box. And it's like, I know about Tekken, but they can't box. Like I know the character in Tekken, but they're not. That is not. Yeah.
Yeah, little T-Rex arms, like, patting at you every now and then is not really equivalent to actual human boxing.
And the amount that they can kick is, like, not crazy. Because I've seen it kick a adult man with muscles, and the kangaroo just fell on the ground, and then the guy just walked over and punched the kangaroo in the face afterwards. So he didn't fall down or seem hurt at all. He was just more mad and then beat the shit out of the kangaroo. So, and by the way, you don't need a tag or anything to hunt kangaroos in Australia. They're just like, yeah, there's way too many. Kill as many as you want, eat as much as you want. There's no, like,
We're
whatever.
having Roo tonight, boys!
The only expense is really trying to ship kangaroo meat someplace where it's a novelty, because in Australia they don't give a shit. So, like, if you want to sell a bunch of kangaroo meat, it's like...
Turn it into jerky.
Yeah, if you want to turn it into jerky, but then also the corporate tax in Australia is 60% or something. So,
oh,
like,
man.
for outside companies.
Yeah.
So if any other company wants to, like, open up a business and, like, sell kangaroo jerky, because it would be a novelty here, people would be like, wow, kangaroo jerky.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
They get taxed as shit, so I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they will drag dogs into the water and drown them?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I can imagine kangaroos. Yeah, I can imagine, like, especially small dogs.
Yeah. Whew.
Also, have you seen a kangaroo? Most are freaking jacked and claws. I would beat the shit out of a kangaroo, and then another kangaroo, and another kangaroo. I could destroy an entire tribe of kangaroos. You know what kangaroos can't do? They can't roar, and I can. You know how scary it is to an animal, like, that can't roar when you get loud? Like, if you go up to a goose and go like, "Dah!" they're very upset. They're like, oh no, that's quite loud.
Yeah. We should also exterminate the geese.
Yeah, it's like people forget. Like they're like, oh, humans are the bottom of the food. It's like even without guns or anything else, you're still like jacked as shit. Like filled up on
still
protein.
At the top of the food chain.
Your reflexes are real fast, and then like it's like, oh, but cats have fast reflexes. It's like humans. Like across the board, like yeah, there's like one animal slightly faster at like this or slightly better at this. Humans across the board are like an all-rounder good at most shit. It's like, oh, do you know sloths can swim good? It's like, I mean, compared to walking around. But like humans can swim quite well. They can outrun a sloth in the water or outswim a sloth. It's like humans across the board are really good. And then also, people forget, like, punching the shit out of something's face is like a really good way to kill it. You know?
Oh yeah, it'll concuss them.
It's like, you know what you could do if a kangaroo starts fighting you is you just swing it onto the floor and then start kicking its head. Like,
well, like,
stomping
also
on
it has
like,
a smaller head, you know? So
and people
there's
are like,
not
"Oh."
that much to break. It's a lot easier to break than our skulls.
And then people, sometimes people are like, oh my god, like, if a mountain lion attacked you, you'd be dead. It's like, I mean, they just don't, like, there's like a lot, like, yeah, it's dangerous, but it's just like there's a lot people just don't like. It's like if you grab the arms of like a mountain lion and you just yank, like, are they gonna stay in their sockets? I don't think so. I mean, like, there's not a lot of flexibility to like cat and dog, like bipedal things in general. But like I can go like all over the place. I could just break arms, you know? I feel like I always have to be very delicate with cats and dogs and stuff. And I just feel like as many muscles as you see on like jaguars and cougars and stuff, I just feel like they don't want to get punched in the face until they're dead. And they kind of understand that like a big man is going to do that to them.
Will run away, for sure.
Yeah, like they're ambush predators for a reason. So like if you see them and you're like, I'll kill you, they'll probably believe you, especially if you're like big and mad. I mean, like...
I'm just imagining you, like, barehanded killing animal after animal in the wild. I will extinct you all.
Like, I would... Like, grizzly bears can get, like, big as fuck, and, like, I would not want to fight a grizzly bear. Or like, the bigger version, what are they called? No, it's brown bears are bigger than grizzly bears. Brown bears are fucking massive. They have such a tame name. It's like, oh, black bear, brown bear. But, like, brown bears are actually, like... fucking enormous. They're like 9 feet tall or something. Like they're like
yeah, they're crazy tall.
They're like honestly like a Dark Souls boss.
They're big enough that like if you're not using the right gun, it won't be enough to kill them.
Like rune bears in Elden Ring are not that much bigger than like some of these like I think they're called Kodiak bears. There's this one island that has super large bears.
Yeah, right.
It's not Kodiak, it's something else. But there's huge fucking bears.
Polar bears too.
And like there's a huge weight difference with like bears to the point where like they could probably paw you onto the ground, and then that's a lot of weight to pin you with. Whereas like when you're dealing with like jaguars especially, it's like yeah, they have sharp teeth, but it's like, you know what else is sharp? The knives in the drawer, and I'm fine dealing with them. So like I don't know, it seems like there's a whole lot you could do with just like wrapping your hands around something's neck and controlling it. Whereas like when two cougars or two like cats fight, they're desperately trying to get the other one's neck and control that they don't get bit by the other one, and they hold them for a long time while they're like trying to like wait for them to bleed to death or whatever, when they're trying to like fight to the death or whatever. I feel like I could do that with one hand, prevent them from biting and stuff, and then I just have to kind of make sure they don't claw me with the others. And, like, I'm kind of assuming I'll get cut up real bad and then break one of his arms with one hand and then get maybe cut up some more and break their other arm and then just choke the shit out of them until they're dead. And then I'm in Africa, right, because I'm fighting a jaguar. And now the real danger is I've got to go to, like, an African hospital and deal with African healthcare. And I can only imagine what a shit show that'll be.
You're better off just bringing some Neosporin with you.
I'm going to be, like, bleeding all over the place. They're going to do their best. And then I'm going to, like, come back with, like, 10 infections, AIDS. I'm going to, like...
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna be it's like, yeah, they sterilized it in the urinal. I don't know. No one told them, and I'm just dead now. Like, but I just it's people. I don't know. People have this like weird like this soft like they watch too much Animal Planet and then they're like, man, animals are so perfect. Animals suck at stuff, man. Like, if you ever watch an old British documentary where they just don't cut the tape, they just keep on filming, they just show long cuts of animals doing stuff, they're real bad at stuff. Like, my science teacher showed us this, like, old British documentary of, like, goats. And they're just filming the goats, and they're like, they have lots of balance to stay on the side of the cliff, right? And they're, like, super steep on the side of this mountain. They're, like, on these tiny little rocks.
Right.
And then, like, some girl was like, wow, there's, like, so much better than people. And I just, like, rolled my eyes, and I was about to, like, say something across the room. And then the goat just, like, falls to its death and dies, and the British guy's like, oh, sometimes they fall. And then he shows, like, another one just, like, fall to its death, and then, like, some animal, like, eats it. And it's like, yeah. And the other goats are like, bah. Like, they have no reaction.
Animal Planet.
Yeah, they're just, like, totally, like, bah. Like, they just don't fucking care. They're just a bunch of, like, stupid fucking goats. And they sometimes fall off cliffs. They just sometimes fall off cliffs to their death, and it's like, yeah, sometimes they balance and, like, pfft. But you know how it looks real dangerous? They can't tell. They're mostly alive by accident. Like, just how it is.
As the goat head.
I don't know.
There's, like, that one infamous clip of, like, the baby bird on the nest that just jumps out of the nest and falls to the death. But you know, they don't show you the impact of it hitting the ground. And a lot of people have memed on that, just like playing music as it's falling, because there's a lot of footage of it falling. It fell from very high, you know. You can rest assured that baby bird did not fly. But you know, dark humor like that.
Yeah, animals kind of suck at stuff sometimes. People watch hours of epic fails on like America's Funniest Home Videos, and they go over to Animal Planet and they see like a jaguar catch a gazelle, and they're like, "Wow, humans suck at stuff." And it's like, do you think that's true, or did you just like feed your brain the most retarded brain rot imaginable to train you into being like such a cuck that you're like, man, jaguars are better than people? It's like if you watch like enough documentaries that like just show like animals without cutting to make them like I think there's some like Oprah or something like narrated some documentary that was filmed in like super HD that was like very popular, and they're like it was like animals are awesome or something was like the title, and they're like
animals are awesome.
and the whole narrative position is like we want to support conservacy or whatever, like a conservation efforts. And that people treat that as like normal, and it kind of is normal. Like, yeah, you film animals to promote saving animals and whatever, but it's not a real documentary unless you're like showing how they actually exist. And here's something that jaguars do: is sometimes they try to catch a gazelle and they fail, and then they die because
they die of exhaustion.
Yeah, they expend so many calories trying to chase it like once, that it's like after they fail a single time, the chance of them succeeding drops by like 30%. Like, could you imagine balancing your whole life on something that if you fail, your chance of death increases by 30%? Like, and then if you fail after that, 100% guaranteed death. There's no chance of them ever catching a gazelle. They have no calories, and they have no ability to eat anything else to get their calories back up. They don't understand how to scavenge for food. They don't understand how to like they're not like carrion things. They don't understand how to find stuff to eat on the ground that's already been killed. They don't have pack instincts to take care of each other. So they're just fucked. So if they fail to catch a gazelle twice, all cheetahs just like fucking die. And it's like,
whoops.
Garbage animal. Imagine trying to run down the street. And, like, imagine having such an inefficient metabolism that they're like, you run twice, and then it's like, well, I didn't do what I wanted to do, and now I'm just dead. Can't eat berries, can't eat anything besides, like, the very specific, like, food source they're going for. They don't know about, like, small, like, rabbits and, like, rats and stuff. They're just fucking dead. They use too many calories. Garbage. Ugh.
Facts right there.
Then the bird comes along and throws him off a mountain. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of fucking birds that hunt in mountains where they just push goats. They just fucking push them off. And it's like, yeah, I get shit on.
Yeah. Well, when you're hungry and your food is just buying at the side of a cliff,
Yeah.
might as well.
I once walked up to a bobcat thinking it was a kitty and it ran away. It was just chilling by the water. I got within 5 feet before it ran. In my defense, I thought someone had dumped a kitten out there. Oh shit.
No. You scared it.
And his dying words were, "Take me to the Doctors Without Borders." Yeah, I think I'd rather go to the Doctors Without Borders than Did the girl shut up after that? Oh yeah, she shut up after that. That was so funny. She's like, "Oh no." It's like, and then I said something like, "Yeah, it seems like it seems like goats kind of suck, don't they?" I was, she was like, it was such a stupid point where she was like, and like it was she was kind of like, she was stupid but not like fully indoctrinized into any sort of ideology, so she didn't have like, she'd just been kind of fed stuff, but she hadn't gone to college to really have it like concretely solidified into anything. So she was like, well, I just think like animals are so much better than humans, but I watched the documentary and they're all dying from like really like stupid stuff, and it doesn't really make sense. And then I was like, it kind of seems like actually humans are really amazing and you should stop simping for goats. What can I say? Documentaries are always made with purpose, usually for a narrative, and there is always stuff that is cut. Yeah. That's why dogs circle before laying down, is they're like worried about a predator. I actually think the reason dogs circle before laying down is they're trying to tuck their paws under themselves.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were trying to curl up easier.
Because this lazy bum, like...
yeah, he does not circle. He just fucking lays flat.
Like he circled to lay down to tuck his paws under him, and then like one of his paws like escaped, and he just like looks at me, like like I'm gonna go over and like take his paw and tuck it under him, and then he just like he just goes like ugh, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna help, and then he just like rolls over and thunks his head on the ground, and he's just like, I give up. I'll just lay a different way, not comfy.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were just trying to get into a particular position. It's easier if you, like, curl. It could also be multiple things. It's like they're trained to be comfy with their paws under them because it requires them to go in circles and whatever. Just a lot of coincidences that help them to survive.
Maybe.
I enjoyed watching those nature documentaries, but I'm also not dumb and know of human endurance. I think humans are the most endurance out of all animals on the planet. Correct. They do. It's like interesting with like horses versus humans because a horse can kind of go for a decent distance further because of their speed relative to their like, body, but then they can kind of outpace people sort of, but like not really. It's like they need to rest after like after like a certain period of working. I know it's very easy for people to run a horse to death, and like that happened a lot in like the Middle Ages. It was like if there was something really, really important, people would ride multiple horses to death in order to get a message across, to get reinforcements. They would take several horses and like go with them in a group. One would take the load of the rider, and then like the rider wouldn't have any equipment or anything. He would just hop onto the next horse, and then leave the other horse to like basically die. Because I think if you ride a horse too much, they cannot make up their calories by eating. They're just dead. So like unless you have like modern conventions like human food that can give them enough calories, I think a horse can be at a state where they've been ridden too much, where they can't make those calories back up because they're too inefficient, and so they're just below the E line on their gas tank, and they're just done. They're just gonna be tired for a while until they die. So you need calories to process calories. So sucks to suck, but humans don't have that problem. Humans are awesome. Humans have super great endurance and can punch the shit out of tigers.
And
It's
kangaroos.
amazing. And kangaroos, yeah. Especially kangaroos.
Alright, well that seems like a nice positive
Even-
note to...
Even if you take Tekken as being fact, there's so many better characters than the kangaroo that are human. So, just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. Anyway,
Yeah, that seems like a nice note to end on. Humans are great. You're great. You're wonderful, Chad. Thanks for watching more Elden Ring DLC stream. We'll be playing more of this next time. Perhaps tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
alright.
Alright, so we'll see you then, guys.
Yeah, good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate you guys being here. And be proud you're human. You can punch kangaroos.
Yeah, go